With a few adjustments and some routine maintenance, it's easy to keep your toilet running problem-free. Here's what you'll need to repair a few common issues. To fix a loose seat, first pry back the bolt caps. Then, hold the bolt in place with the screwdriver and tighten the nut below. Repeat on the other side and the seat should be secure. If you need to hold the handle down to flush, try adjusting the chain. Remove excess slack by hooking it onto a different lever hole or onto a different link. The chain should hang straight from the lever with about a ½ inch of slack. If your handle has too much give or is too tight when flushing, adjust the nut inside the toilet. Use an adjustable wrench if necessary. A running toilet can quickly drive up your water bill, so try replacing the flapper. An old flapper may not sit correctly on the valve, causing a constant trickle or hissing sound. To correct this, first turn off the water supply. Then, flush the toilet to drain the tank's contents. Now gently remove the old flapper by releasing it from the flush valve and the handle chain. To install the new flapper, you'll need to reseat it on the valve and reconnect it to the pegs. Then reattach the chain, making sure there's adequate tension to pull the flapper away from the valve during a flush. Now turn the water back on and flush to double check that the flapper seals correctly and the trickle has been eliminated. If the toilet is flushing poorly, you may not have enough water moving into the bowl. Adjusting the water level can correct this. Try adjusting the float arm by turning the adjustment screw at the top to raise or lower it. The float arm's height dictates the tank and toilet bowl's water level. Flush to test that the new setting corrects the issue. If not, continue to make adjustments until it does. If you find there's low water in the toilet bowl, there could be a few different reasons. First, check the tank's fill tube. If it's damaged or not in the correct position, it could prevent the water from reaching the proper level. The fill tube should be flowing into the overflow tube located at the center of the tank. You can also try adjusting the water level via the ball float or arm. Make sure the float is set so that the tank fills to the proper level, usually an inch or two below the fill valve and overflow tube. If the bowl isn't filling when flushed, it may be due to clogged inlet holes located around the lip of the toilet bowl. Use a small mirror to see if they're clogged. To unclog, pour hot vinegar into the tank's overflow tube. Let it sit for several hours, then use a piece of wire to clean out the holes. Finally, flush the toilet to clear any remaining debris. If these solutions don't resolve the issue, it may be time for a new toilet. No water in the tank could indicate a problem with your water supply line or the toilet's fill valve. First, confirm there's no issue with your water supply by turning on another fixture. If water is flowing properly, check that your supply line to the tank isn't leaking. If there's no leak, check that the float arm inside the tank is working properly. Reset the water level using the adjustment screws if necessary. If this doesn't help, you may need to replace the fill valve. If your toilet's leaking, you'll need to thoroughly inspect the seals and key components to get to the source of the leak quickly. First, check out the supply line and shutoff valve. Make sure everything is dry and connections are snug. Next, if the flapper is not seating correctly and creating a constant leak, it's time to replace it. If the toilet is leaking where the tank meets the bowl, the bolts and gasket between the two may need to be replaced. If you discover water around the base of the toilet, the wax ring that seals the toilet flange to the drain in the floor could be cracked. To replace the wax ring, you'll need to remove the toilet entirely. If your toilet is clogged and overflowing, a plunger may be the quickest solution. Submerge the plunger underwater and firmly against the hole in the bottom of the bowl to maintain a strong seal while you plunge up and down rapidly. After several plunge cycles, flush to see if the clog is cleared. If it hasn't, try a plumbing snake or auger to clear the line. Feed the end of the cable into the toilet as far as it will go. Then turn the handle clockwise and push until you either snag or loosen the obstruction. Another option is a chemical drain opener, which can help break up a stubborn blockage. If you've tried all three methods and the toilet is still clogged, call a plumber. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.